Hi sisters, today we're going to be talking about the Christian couple, Paul and Morgan. Also subscribe because if you haven't already, then I'm going to take all your rights away. Paul and Morgan are a couple who run a YouTube channel with 156,000 subscribers and 568 videos. Their description says, "Hey, we're Paul and Morgan olliges. Honest and entertaining relationship talk, welcome to this channel." Which, to be honest, if you look at it at face value, it's like, oh, relationship advice, that's pretty helpful for our generation. We want our lives to glorify Jesus Christ above all else. It's where you lose me, okay? Paul and Morgan have been in a lot of shit throughout their entire career. There's a full Reddit thread called Paul and Morgan olliges being hateful a master list. It's fully broken down by general nastiness, transphobia, homophobia, bigotry, anti-bodily autonomy, toxic mental health views, racism, fatphobia, anti-science, general politics, general grifting. And thank goodness they're actually updating this as more shit comes out. But in doing all my research, my favorite video that they've ever posted is called "What We Wish We Knew About Sex." Ah, sex. The devil's dance. The satanic samba, as we all know it. Sex is obviously a really terrible thing and you should never do it. They made an entire stream talking about their Christian sex lives, and boy, oh boy, is it a romp.
What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
Today's video, that's an extra special kiss, Morgan, because we got some extra special, a little bit spicy video for you all today.
Dude, I always wanted a spicy video from you guys. Holy shit, I've been a big fan for a while, obviously. First of all, automatic red flag. If you intro your video and then give your significant other a kiss on camera, odds are things aren't going the best. Guys, I swear, this is my lover. Also, we love each other. How spicy is this going to be?
It could get spicy. It could get a little awkward. It's just the beauty of talking about this stuff. We want to approach it well, but we also don't want to be one of those channels that like says we're going to talk about sex and then we're super vague and super safe. So are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Give a little disclaimer.
The disclaimer is that we're all adults here. If you're not...
Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, you're so fucking boring to listen to. Holy shit. Just get to the nasty, dirty sexies.
If you are someone who struggles with lust or temptation in sexual things, when you hear it talked about, maybe use your wisdom and discernment on what...
Boobs and vagina. Boobs and vagina. I literally can't watch this video anymore because I'm so lusting. When talking about sex, right, there is no better way to normalize it than to, you know, be Christian. You know what I mean? There's no better way to be like, yes, so we didn't have sex until marriage and wow, was that a mistake? Here's what we wish we had known. You guys have been fucking for like, what, 2 years? What are you talking about? I would rather hear like 80-year-olds be like, what we wish we knew about piping down.
I agree. We're not going to get overly descriptive. We're not. Damn it. Okay. Because we know like we don't want to go too descriptive, but my goal is for this to be a video that if we would have watched this after 4 months of dating and we were starting to think about marriage, it would have been helpful to us.
4 months of dating, you were starting to think about marriage? Holy shit. I think I know where your priorities are at, Paul, if I can call you that. He's like, 4 months and she still has boobs and vagina? I want it all. Let's get married. Let's elope. Let's go to the courthouse.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Let's go, baby. What we wish we knew about sex.
Let's go. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe.
She loves this video.
Culture, social issues, and faith to help you be in the world.
But of the word, we got our shirts. They are available for 1 more week. No, less than a week.
In the world, but of the word. Romans. Okay, so your merch is literally just a fucking Bible quote. I think Jesus is going to copyright strike you down, baby.
Embroidered, stitched in there, Paul and Morgan on the collar.
Of course.
Get yourself one before they're gone. Be wearing them with pride and...
With what? What did you just say? Be wearing them with what? I thought pride was a sin. I'm not allowed pride. This guy's like, the only kind of pride parade that I'm going to attend is if it's with my merch. That's the only thing that I'm prideful about. I have a bunch of random timestamps of this video that really stuck out to me because the original is 24 minutes long. And hey now, I don't want to torture my audience. Kidding, sometimes I do. But I did break this down step by step. Here is the first thing that they wish that they knew before getting married and having bones.
First thing I knew about, I wish I had known about sex, was this.
Voice crack.
Okay. Don't expect your sex once you get married to, don't expect the sexiness and the adventuresome, crazy, awesome stuff to go from 0 to 100 right out of the gate.
What does he think sex is? He loses his virginity and is like, how do you feel about candle wax? Do you mind if I hang you by your throat? She's like, what? What are you saying? What an insane thing to think. You're like, also, where's the communication in this? You're like, so what we did last night, it was fine. Like, sure. Sex. Who cares? I was more thinking, how can I feel more powerful? And I was actually hoping to like choke you, slap you, and tie you up our very first time. Is that okay?
Realize that is going to take some time. And if I had realized that before getting married, I wouldn't have brought out the whipped cream on our honeymoon. It was a bad idea. It made Morgan cry.
That's kind of sad. Not kind of sad. That is sad. What the hell? They don't communicate. He's like, surprise. Here's some dairy I'd like to lick off of you. Jesus, man. Calm your fucking tits.
Yes, it did. We were like 3 days into our marriage in Miami, Florida on our honeymoon. And he brings out a can of whipped cream. And I'm like,
and here's the thing, it sounds take that however you want. You're shocked, you're appalled, you're laughing.
I'm not appalled, you're appalled. I think my humor's completely died down.
In all reality, in my mind, it was, I'm finally married. Now I welcome everything in the kitchen sink into our sex life. Let's go wild.
And I mean it. We literally had a threesome with a kitchen sink. You don't want to know where that faucet's been. I don't understand this whole mindset of being like, we got married, now I can do whatever I want to this woman. I mean, it honestly makes sense because their ideologies are already so far off base. I just found this interesting that he's like, I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that. You ruined it.
Let's take this slow. And I don't know, I want to be careful of doing generalizations, but I do think typically the man may come out more guns a-blazing, where the woman wants to take it more slowly, more emotionally, getting to know each other. And
I don't mean to generalize, but I'm going to generalize. You know what I'm saying? I feel like men are horny, dare I say it, and women don't enjoy anything. They don't enjoy anything, especially sex.
Now, intimate way.
Yeah, we won't put y'all in a box, but that's just how it was for our marriage.
There you go.
He was guns a-blazing. Let's go, lady. I'm 27 years old and I haven't done anything.
Yeah, that's just good.
For a little background, Morgan here is a born-again Christian, which means that she has had sex, but because she became Christian, she hasn't. What the fuck does that mean? This laugh is like, I've had a cock in me. You haven't been inside a woman.
7 years old and I haven't done anything.
Yeah. Now here is Morgan's first thing that she wished she knew about sex. And I think it's pretty telling.
First one is, it takes so much more communication than you would think to have a truly healthy sex life. Like, if you think that you've communicated about sex, you probably haven't communicated enough about sex. And like,
fake smile.
When there are times when either Paul and I are maybe even making a video or talking to one another or another couple, and like, we're like, oh, how's our sex life doing? I'm like, it's great. And Paul's like, well, it's good. But, and I'm like, wait, what? I thought we were good. Ah!
This is a face of sadness right here. This man, it's like, she doesn't give it to me. I wish that she could give it to me. He's like a little pouty baby about it. It's so fucking cool. It's actually sexy, to be honest. I see this and I go, oh, I think my panties are wet.
We're on the same page.
When you think you've communicated enough, communicate more.
Yes. So that really is just huge.
He's like
huge.
about to cry.
And I just don't think you can talk about it enough, honestly.
No, that's good. That's good, Morgan. Completely agree. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. Anyways, Jesus, man. Here's the thing, though. You guys don't seem to talk about sex. You're saying that you communicate, and then you're like, yeah, but we really don't communicate. And then, like, I think our sex life is fine because I'm just making an assumption. And then he thinks that our sex life is bad because he doesn't have the balls to bring it up to me. So it's actually a cool relationship. Here's the next cool thing that Paul wishes that he knew before boning the doning.
My next thing I wish I had known before getting married. This one's pretty interesting. And this one takes some vulnerability on my part. To share this.
This guy comes fast.
If you guys are looking forward to my next one, give this a thumbs up. Let's give that thumbs up. If this is helpful to you and you enjoy these type of videos, you feel like it'll be helpful to others, help out the algorithm, YouTube algorithm, give it a thumbs up. All right, thank you. Here's my next one.
Okay, do it.
What I wish I had known was, Paul, be careful what sex books / articles. We'll stick with sex books / articles.
Was about to say porn. This guy is like a sex scholar. Cool, man. What the fuck? Be careful what sex books or articles you're reading. All right, I'm interested.
Because there's a lot out there. And for certain intrigued personalities, I'm a virgin. I was homeschooled. I'm super excited about sex, and I would like to be somewhat prepared for it. So I'm thinking, what can I...
You're prepared in the wrong ways.
What can I digest? What can I ingest? What's the word? What can I devour?
Devour? You're not devouring anything, Bubba. There's absolutely no way that you're devouring anything. This woman doesn't like you. I'll tell you that right fucking now.
And in my mind, I kind of justified some things that I shouldn't have, frankly, because I was like, I want to be ready for this. I want to be able to offer myself and not be completely clueless. So I was taking in this stuff, and that actually kind of goes along with my first one. It caused me to have these expectations because maybe I was just grabbing and reading an article about sex from
the exotic books,
whatever this, the Cosmopolitan at the store.
I love this because Morgan doesn't fucking like him. She's like laughing at him. He is pretending to pour his heart out, right? Which he's not. But she's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Are you guys hearing this as well? Exotic books. I did everyone justice and pulled up the first 3 Cosmopolitan articles that were on sex and love this week. My partner made me cry at a sex party, but it's not what you think. My boyfriend and I have probably banged in the bathroom at your favorite fancy restaurant. The spork sex position is about to be your new favorite. The only sporks I know are at KFC. You guys think I'm sexy? I love KFC sporks. Well, I am allergic to gluten and dairy, but I do like the sporks there. I can't really have much there.
That stuff is actually, a lot of it is kind of garbage, as you can imagine.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I think that you went on christianporn.com and said, oh my God, she's doing backflips on top of this man's crotch. Can my wife do that? And you're like, do a backflip, bitch. And she doesn't. That's you getting your fucking hopes up. What the hell are you talking about? If you have no sexual experience together, then what are your expectations? Here's a little bit more proof of their terrible communication in their relationship.
That's good. And I agree. It was like, I think Paul showed me one book that he was reading or like at least skimming through. And I was like, oh boy, he is really hyping this up. Hope he doesn't expect me to try that move with him in our first week. He did.
Oh my God. What fucking move did you try, bucko? Something that really bothers me about what they're doing and saying is like, it's hard to imagine that this guy is so out of touch that his expectations were so high. I feel like if you do any Google search, like what will my first time be like? It will be like, prepare for the worst, please. He's like, no, I'm actually going to look up, I don't know. Jesus crucifies me with his throbbing. Anyways.
Sex can mean 2 very different things to each of you. This is something I wish I knew. For him, it could mean a physical moment of intimacy that brings a very nice release of stress, tension, whatever. For me, her, whatever, you it could mean a time to connect in a very intimate way where before the physical, you want the relational, the conversation, the cuddling, and that actually means more to you than the actual act of sex.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. I feel like this is what Ben Shapiro's outlook on sex is with his wife. He's like, okay, and to that point, you know that statistically, it's not okay for women to be wet.
Cuddling, and that actually means more to you than the actual act of sex.
Okay.
So you want some kind of like proof that he loves you for you and not just your body? How dare you? That's rude. The hell? It's like, okay, I get that, but I was more into like, you know, slapping you and spitting on you. She's like, oh, can you just hug me at some point?
So something like that I came to find is that
you did not.
There are times, it's not every time, but there are times when for me, the physical act of sex doesn't mean that much. Like it doesn't do it for me.
It doesn't mean jack squat.
It doesn't mean jack squat unless I have the relational like interaction with Paul beforehand, where whether it's just like we're just cuddling on the couch watching a TV show before we go to the bedroom and go to bed, or like we just have a conversation with one another, checking in on each other.
So this guy wants sex all the time. You're not as interested in sex, which is absolutely fine.
We would have really not that much conversation beforehand. This is at the beginning of our marriage, and it was like very hard for me because I was like, I'm not like, wait, what? I don't feel fully fulfilled right now.
I think that's fair.
No, it's good.
And then he'd just walk away feeling great.
Okay.
That's probably one of my favorite clips that I've ever seen in my entire life. She admits that she doesn't come with him, and then he goes, what? I swear, last time it was awesome. Last time it was lit. I was like flossing all over you. I don't know why I have him as like a Fortnite player in my mind. Oh, they hate each other.
All right, go on.
This is good. This is just the real deal.
It's the real deal.
This is just the real deal. All right.
Holy shit, dude. That makes me so fucking happy. Get ready for his next thing. When I first heard that he had another thing after this, I was ready for him to be like, yeah, and my other thing that I wish I knew before I got married is that you're a dirty whore. I wish I knew that you were a dirty, disgusting skank. Yeah, I wish I knew that.
My next thing that I wish I had known before getting married was that sex and pleasing your partner takes work.
No.
You don't really think of sex being work. Sex is just all pleasure. No, it does take work. It takes focus.
No.
To be able to please your partner and give your partner what feels good to them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay attention.
Within that, it's also like this continued learning.
No, what? I literally thought it was just like a one and done. It's like fist up the hole, all done. See you later. Bob's your uncle. Bob is my uncle. I have an uncle named Bob. He's the brother of my father. He ruined my childhood. And like, yeah, no shit. It's work sometimes. What the fuck? Yeah, you have to figure out what your partner likes. What the fuck? He's like, I already know what she likes. We haven't had sex, but I know exactly what she likes because I've read Cosmopolitan and watched Lana Rhodes.
There are times when sex just, it felt good and I enjoyed being with my husband in that way, but like, it's not what I need right now to feel loved by you. And so saying, like, whatever, I'd appreciate some flowers sometime or whatever it is.
Can we go out?
Yeah. Or can I have a back scratch that lasts 4 hours long? Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's good. And even with that, like...
No, that's good. And to that point, I say, it's like responding to a discussion board message. What are you doing, man? I feel bad for her in this sense, especially with this next clip coming up. But like ideologically, I disagree with both of them, and I feel like they're terrible humans.
This one's interesting.
Okay.
Here we go, baby.
What I wish I knew about sex is that sex / lack thereof, and what I mean is when you expected to have it, maybe it was talked about earlier on, or there was some flirty text messages, or you just scheduled like today's our day of sex, and then you get ready like the night is moving towards that, and something happens.
You're a fucking nerd. I'm sorry. You're absolutely a fucking nerd. And there's no other way to say this. You're such a fucking nerd. You literally play Fortnite. You put the fucking PlayStation controller on your wiener because you think it feels good, dude. You're a freak. You're a weirdo. Oh my God. Wait till you see the rest of this clip. It gets better.
For me, sex / lack thereof is, and especially was in our first couple of years, very emotional. And so I remember I would be maybe laying over on my side of the bed and we had gotten an argument and it was like, okay, it's pretty clear that sex isn't happening when I thought it was going to. And it was just brutal.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't get the feeling that it hits you as hard, because there'd be times when I was laying there and I was just like, okay, Morgan's mad at me, or something happened.
You're a crybaby bitch. Oh my God, man. Dude, yeah, I used to cry when she wouldn't give me that pussy. She wouldn't give me that pussy. And so, therefore, I cried. It makes sense. I'm not manipulating her.
I was expecting it, and now I just want to, like, it hits you in a way that I don't think I'd ever experienced. Mm-hmm. The feeling of being let down, of sad, of upset. I just want to go get in my car and just drive.
I just want to get in my car and literally drive off a bridge. This stupid wench. The whole goal of getting married is so that I have this one woman at my disposal to pipe down and peace out, okay? And this stupid loser lady witch won't do that for me. I fucking hate her.
Angry, like literally so many emotions. Because I think it's a combination of sex is just so pleasurable, but it's also so intimate.
You don't care about the intimacy, I'll tell you that right now. You just want to get your nut off and you don't give a fuck. And they got so much backlash for this video because they're so off the mark and strange and none of it makes any sense. Everybody in the comments are saying that this is very, very sad. The fact that Paul brought out whipped cream and didn't immediately stop when Morgan cried is telling of him as a person. I can honestly say, even with like the small microaggressions in your video, I don't think that you guys like each other. I'm gonna be honest. I know that divorce is frowned upon, but maybe, you know, we should suggest it. Because you know what else is frowned upon? I don't know. Spreading this message to hundreds of thousands of people that's completely off the mark. You're brainwashing these children into thinking that sex is like a guaranteed thing from a woman. And like, it's so fucking stupid and bullshit. And I hate you, Paul and Morgan. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe and leave a like. Also, thank you to all my members for supporting me. If you want to become a member, then click the link in the description below. And also check out my clothing brand and fund for people with chronic illness, Never Stop. And I will talk to you later. Bye.